So what have we got here? Well, yes, I've been sent a lovely present to try out and see what I think of it on the channel. Because as you will know, I do have an electric bike, but it's a mountain bike and it's not really transportable because it's absolutely massive and I struggle to get it in the car boot. However, I've now been sent a DYU T1, which is a foldable bike, so I can get it in the car. So the first thing I want to do is start to unbox it. So I want to open the box, show you guys how it comes, how it arrives, and then we'll take it outside for a test run. Okay, so let's get in. Okay, and they've sent me the nice sort of bluish silver one, which I really wanted. That was the one I saw on the website. I've just taken all the packaging off, only a few bits, and then you can just lift the bike straight out. It's pretty much built already. Okay, so about 30 seconds later, got most of the packaging off already. It was quite quick actually. Got the handlebars separately here. I've got to say, so far I'm really impressed with what you get. Not only have we got a key to take out the battery, we've also got a spare. That's handy because my last bike didn't have a spare key and I actually lost the other one. So it was a bit of a pain. We've got some proper spanners which will come in handy. I can keep those. They're actually proper metal ones as well, not like cheap ones. And in the box we got the power pack, the adapter. We've got the throttle button, which is for the push assist and also to use it like an electric scooter. But I do believe you're not supposed to, in the UK anyway, you're not supposed to use that to thrust you forward without pedaling. And then we got this fancy, yeah, a proper little bike Allen key and everything in there. So that's really good, and it's actually really well made as well. It's like an alloy metal with a matte finish, and then yeah, some proper spanners and Allen keys and things in there for the bike, which will come in really handy to carry with us. So the first thing I've got to do is put the front wheel on. So I need to remove this nut here, stick the wheel spindles in there instead, and then make sure the disc brake lines up with the brake on that side, bolt it on, and that should be a good one. So there we go, the wheel slotted straight on. So we just need to put these washers and nuts on either side, tighten them up. That's the wheel done. And the next thing I'm going to do is fix the handlebar on. Use my handy new Allen key device. There we go, I've levelled up the handlebar in the right position. Just tighten the two nuts there. That's the handlebar done. And then the seat's already in. That just slotted in and clipped. So yeah, just need to put the pedals on and then I think we're sorted. And then last but not least, fitted the front mudguard here with the light. It was, again, it's just one bolt that goes through both of them. Well, there we go. All done. That was really easy. It took me probably 10 minutes to put it all together. And I've got to say, so far, I really like the colour on it. It looks really good in this light. It's like a bluey grey, a bit like an anthracite colour, which I really like. And also, it's got a back light on it, which I actually didn't know. I know it's got front light, which is powered from when you turn the power on here. So there's your front light. It's also got a backlight here. The only problem is it's not linked to the bike. So when you turn the front light on, that's powered from your bike. This one is separately powered, so you've got to charge it separately. So you just stick a USB cable in and charge it, but it is rechargeable. So that's good. I just wish it was built into the bike. But I really like the wide seat on it. It's a good height already. The brakes were pretty much ready out the box. So I think that all's left to do now is get it outside once it stops raining, and we'll go for a nice little ride on it and test it out. So we've headed outside to a local cycling route really, and yeah, it's all ready, set up. Tested the brakes already and they are pretty much spot on. Even the gears are perfectly aligned already, so I didn't have to do any tuning or anything. So I'll just start with the lights on the bike. So I'll just face it towards you. You can see how bright that is. You can adjust it as well. There you go, it's very bright. And then if we flip the bike round, you've got your red light on the back, it flashes and then off. So yeah, it all works. And as you can see, I've also got my camera bag on the little luggage rack at the back, which I've never had on a bike before. So that's come in very handy already. So I'm just going to show you before we do the bike review how quickly you can fold this bike up. So you see you've got this little red button here. So you press the red button in and you flip the lever out to unlock it there. And the same goes for the seat and the handlebars at the front. You've got this little red button that you push in, flip that down, and basically it literally drops in line with the wheel like this. Make my way around this side, push it in the middle, and you just fold it just like that. And it's even got a little foot stand underneath here, so when you fold it in half you can just plonk it up like that. And then to shrink it down even more, you can take the seat out as well, but I don't need to because I have it so low. But you can just see how small that is folded up. So it definitely would fit on the back seat of my car, never mind the boot. It would easily go in there. Okay, let's quickly put it back together and then we'll go for a little test ride. Now to power on the bike, you simply hold this green button here for about 3 seconds, and then once it's on, these green lights will stay on. This is also your battery indicator, so you've got 3 levels here that will indicate the battery percentage. Now it doesn't have any of the fancy digital screens with the speed on it and all that, but to be fair, I never use it. The other one on my mountain bike was never accurate anyway, so I never used it. And you've got this nifty little bell here. It's an actual built-in bell, which I love, because again I had to buy one for my other bike, and that was a lot more expensive than this. And then you've got your Shimano gears here. You've got 7 gears, but I am told as well, if you really wanted to, you can upgrade the actual gear package on this very easily. And you've got your clicker there to go down, and then the back one here releases the gears again. So yeah, very simple gear system. Lovely, nice little rubber grips here, which are nice and sturdy. Now what I really like about this bike as well is how sexy it looks. I love the colour, and I also love the fact that there are no visible welds anywhere on the bike, which is really good. It's all one piece of alloy metal there, and it's very sturdy. And I do like the 3-spoke wheels as well, so it's a lot easier to clean for a start. And then it does come with mechanical disc brakes as well, and they are very sharp on this. Again, on my mountain bike they were a bit mushy, but on here really sharp, which I like, and you can adjust them. And also mud flaps on both wheels come already installed, which again they didn't on my older bike. Now you might be looking at this thinking, where's the suspension? Well, there isn't any suspension on the actual wheels. In fact, the suspension is actually on the seat itself. So the seat actually moves up and down and bounces, which is a really weird feeling, but it does smooth out the ride. And then just in the back here, you've got your battery, which literally slots in there. So if you were to stick the key in down here that comes with it, you can just pull that battery straight out and charge it in the house, or you can charge it exactly where it is now. So let's take off the kickstand on the bike and go for a test ride. Okay, here we go. So something really unique about this bike is it doesn't have different speeds on it like my mountain bike. That's got 5 different speed levels, which is the intensity that the motor kicks in. This doesn't have that. In fact, it's even better because it has its own machine built into the bike, or system, that actually guesses the right amount of torque on the motor to propel you along for the speed that you're going and the gear that you're in as well. So it's a very clever system, which I really like, because like now I'm very lightly pedaling and I can feel the motor kicking in, but not too much, just enough that you still have to pedal. And also, if I was to put it in a lower gear and speed up, the motor kicks in even more, and it's even stronger on the push. Now, when I came up to this trail, I was actually heading up a really steep slope, and the motor really kicked in, and it pushed me right up that slope without barely any pedaling. So at first, when I read the fact that it didn't have any speeds on it, I thought, not sure about that, but I actually prefer it. So far, it's been really good. And it also means that you can go further on it because your battery is going to last a lot longer. Now, like I said, the speeds on this are capped at the UK standard, which is 15 miles per hour, or I think it's 15.5 miles per hour. So let's try it on this slope now. So I'm going to head up the slope. I'm just going to pedal the same. The motor should kick in. Yes, it is. I can feel it. It's kicking in even more and pushing me up without me even doing anything. I'm just carrying on as normal. You'll see on there I didn't actually speed up or slow down heading up the hill. Okay, let's head back down and test these brakes out because they are very strong. So I've got to be careful. Yeah, I need to wear them in as well because I've barely used this. Yeah, they are very sharp, and I was just using the front brake then, none of the others. If I used both, I would have stopped pretty much sharpish. So that's pretty impressive. My mountain bike, honestly, I've hit the brakes before and it just hurtles forward because it's so heavy. That's another thing, this bike is not heavy at all really. It's heavier than your usual small bike, and that's the battery, but in general it's not heavy. I can lift it with one hand. Okay, let's do a proper test of both brakes. I'm going to try do it right level with the camera. So yeah, it stops really sharply. In fact, I'm going to show you an outtake right now that shows it how sharp it is. So one thing I am going to do in a minute is a proper hill test all the way up that hill. It is a very steep and long hill. But I've just flown down the hill on the bike and the brakes really kicked in. Like I said, on a mountain bike, sometimes I'm a bit wary with the brakes on this hill, but they managed perfectly fine. And another thing I forgot to mention is I do really like the thick rubber tyres as well. They are 20-inch wheels, in case you're wondering, and also have reflectors on, which my other one didn't. Yeah, so far I am really liking this bike. And like I say, I always wanted a bike to take on my video adventures with me, especially when I go to places like Blackpool. And this time I took my mountain bike, and that proved very difficult for leaving it in the car and also getting it in and out of the car, and the damage that it caused. This would have been so ideal just a couple of weeks ago. It is so small and it would have just plopped on the back seat, no problem at all. So I'm really happy with the DYU T1. So just before we do the final hill test up here, I just want to say, if you want to get yourself one of these, I'm going to put the link down in the description below. Now if you want to grab yourself one of these before Christmas, they've got loads of offers on at the minute. And just before we head up, I just want to show you we've still got 3 full bars of battery and we've already done 4 miles. Right, we've reached the steepest part now. Yeah, I can feel the motor kick in straight away. As soon as I touch the pedals, I mean, I'm in second, third gear, and I can feel the motor kicking in already. Like I said, I'm in second gear, so if I knock it down to maybe 4th gear, it should go even faster because I'm pedaling harder. Yeah, it does. So the lower the gear, actually the easier it is, which is not normally what you do on a bike. The motor kicks in. Now this is a very steep section. Yeah, that is so good. Slowing down a bit now because I'm not pedaling as hard. Yeah, normally I would have been panting like a donkey up that section, but I'm not now. So would I recommend the DYU T1? I 100% would. And like I said, if you want to get yourself one, the link will be in the description below. And a big thanks to the guys at DYU for sending me this bike out. I will definitely be using it on future adventures and a lot more videos, which means I can go a lot further than on my feet. So thank you very much for watching this review. I'll see you in the next video next week. Bye for now.